90% of that exudate that the plant puts down into the root hairs, 90% of it actually comes back up into the plant, transporting all those different materials from your root hair area to bring it back up into the plant.
That's right. That's absolutely right. You and I get along really well because you fill in a lot of blanks. Because I try to explain to people everything, and I don't make all this stuff up. So
you're going to answer Serena's question here, or what?
So I spread biochar around the side of the bush that is yellow. Will it plus the rain? Plus the rain we will get this weekend be enough to start fixing the carbon issue and restore green to the leaves. So you really have to have, what you mean by charged is you charged it with biology?
So if you have biochar, Serena telling you right now, that is not a usable carbon for your plant. That your biochar is for the biology to live in and then be able to go out and mine the material, but it's not an actual carbon source for your plant.
No, you can't.
But it is a good idea to put it all the way around your plant, because that's going to help long term.
Right. So what I do is I've learned to, I think what she meant by charging basically means is you need to activate it. You need to have the biology in it. So I always give biochar to my worm juice and activate it that way. And there's lots of other things you can activate it. I talk a lot about how to use Korean farming techniques, which are really very cool in terms of learning how to activate. Today I was talking about bukachi.
Yeah.
Right, it's a Japanese way of making it because it's really cool biology. I talk a lot about using milk, which is lacto something. You know what it is, right? Lacto milk,
lactic acid bacteria.
There you go, right. And so right, exactly. With your compost tea, and I'm assuming your compost tea is rich with the biology. That's exactly what you do. You put it in the tea, bubble, preferably overnight, and then you can put that down. Yes, you'll have something to work with. But if you just put it down, it's going to take a while for the biology in the soil to use it. And it's important that you have a wide blend of biology because you want a wide blend of trace minerals. Each biology, each little guy in there is keyed into a specific trace minerals. And they say, hey, George, I need some calcium. Hey, Louise, I need some iron. He doesn't do all of it.
Well, and like Rick says, and we're talking about energy, biochar will act as an anode in the soil. So it's going to be drawing, positive, negative energy, right?
Exactly right. When you learn about so it's called paramagnetic. So I learned about paramagnetism earlier on when I was learning about Rudolf Steiner's biodynamic. That was the early 70s. Right? And also when we talked about being radionic and energy, paramagnetic is how they make, it's why they orgone accumulate. I used to make orgone accumulator. Orgone is just a name that they give for energy, right? You know what I mean? And so when we are paramagnetic beings ourselves, the earth is paramagnetic. There's a whole bunch of stones and crystals and stuff which are paramagnetic, not a magnet with a north and south, but it's paramagnetic. It means the whole thing, like the earth. You may say north and south pole, but really it's one giant. We don't have a north and south pole in our body. We're paramagnetic. And once you learn that, you'll learn that anything that goes into the earth, especially if it's paramagnetic, will rechannel that energy back into the they'll sit there. No, give me a shot of this, right? They take that. They need that to be able to pass it on to the plant, which is also paramagnetic. What's this one over here? I want to look at this one.
Biochar and basalt will add 0.3 volts, which is the same voltage as bacteria.
Yeah, I
didn't know that, Rick. Thanks.
Very, very good, Rick. I like your thinking because it's absolutely true. If you can measure so that's what they do in electro gardening. Okay, so they think they feel that if you can set up little antennas, it channels it down. But the truth is, if you don't have the trace minerals and you don't have biology, no antenna is going to fix it.